So here's another trick that will help us move a point closer to a line, and it's very similar to the absolute trick, but it has a little bit of extra gravy. It's based on this premise. If we have a point that is close to a line, then this distance is small, and we want to move the line very little. But if the point is far from the line, then we want to move the line a lot more. The absolute trick that we learned previously does not have this property because if we remember, the absolute trick adds alpha to the y-intercept w2 and p times alpha to the slope w1. This has nothing to do with how far the point is from the line, since p is just a horizontal distance. So let's just add the vertical distance into this formula. Let's look at this vertical distance between the point and the line. The point over the line has coordinates, say, pq prime. This distance is then q minus q prime, because q prime is the value at the line and q is the value of the y-coordinate at the point. So what we do here is very simple. We just take this q minus q prime and multiply it into what we're adding to both the y-intercept and to the slope. This will again make the line go up by a bit and rotate in this direction, except that now, if the point is far from or close to the line, the amount the line moves will be affected. And here's our new equation with a factor of q minus q prime. Notice that here we get something for free. If the point is underneath the line instead of over the line, then q minus q prime is actually a negative value. And if this is the case, then we're subtracting something from the slope, thus rotating the line in this direction instead, still towards the point. So this trick also takes care of points that are under the line, and we don't have to have two rules like we had in the absolute trick. We just have one same rule for both. And again, let's clarify this with an example. In this example over here, we have the point 515. And notice that this distance is going to be 2, because the line goes through the point 513, as 2 times 5 plus 3 is 13. Now to change things a bit, we'll use 0.01 as the learning rate. So with the absolute trick, we'd be adding 0.01 to the y-intercept and 0.05 to the slope. But now, as our new trick says, we multiply the two numbers we're adding to the slope and the y-intercept by 2, which means we're adding 0.1 to the slope and 0.02 to the y-intercept. So the equation of our new line is y equals 2.1x plus 3.02. Notice that that line is going to be closer to the point. So that's it. That's the square trick.